two of the main characters, Ron and Dwayne, experience discrimination when white students from a rival school spray paint a derogatory word on Ron's car. This episode is a great depiction of something that is still happens today, discrimination amongst black men. And this episode was very good.
Live from Factory Underground Radio, it's Scriptly Adapted with Quixote and Kate. You're on.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to our show.
Happy Saturday, y'all. It is another episode of Scriptly Adapted here at Factory Underground Radio. Yeah, we are here. And we're here before the big one. The one that is talking about, I mean, Kate,
What
people
big
are
one?
saying the storm, the biggest snowstorm of like 15, 20 years.
You know, everything's always so climactic. I watch it be like 2 inches and be like, for real, guys, you cleaned out shelves in grocery stores for this. I was so mad yesterday. I went to all my different supermarkets. Yes, that's right. I have more than one. And I walked in and nothing. Like
Zero.
No produce on the shelves. Like, I think I went to Whole Foods. They were completely out of carrots. What you guys are doing with carrots during a snowstorm, I'm not
For
quite sure.
soups, I guess.
I guess. How many feet did we get in the 1996 blizzard?
The 1996
I will never forget
blizzard.
that blizzard, man. Never forget it.
You know, the 1996 blizzard came down.
I was 10.
God, I remember that day. I
Yep.
went out. I went out and we got 4 feet.
Wow.
4 feet of snow
That's
on
insane.
the East Coast. That
I was out of school for like, what,
crazy.
4 or 5 days we were out of school.
4
It's great.
feet of snow, completely covering. At some points, completely covering cars. You couldn't even see your car at this point.
It was so great. Like, my dad and I walked on this really busy street. No one was out. You know, parents didn't know what to do with their kids during that week because it was like, okay, they're going back to school tomorrow. Okay, they're going back to school tomorrow. Well, you know what? That was COVID before COVID began. So,
Yeah.
you know, it was fantastic. I will never, ever forget that. That was great. It was literally a blizzard.
Yeah, it was famous video in Texas of an ice storm. And because of that ice storm, people were maintaining speed. Tractor trailers slamming into cars slamming into tractor trailers.
Speaking of that, did you hear about like the 32 car pileup in Michigan? Did you see that?
I saw that. Yes,
That was insane.
Well,
Stay home,
you know, it's
people.
funny. Michigan should be used to this.
Yeah,
Though.
Michigan, Chicago. First of all, Chicago's
be
not
used to.
getting a thing.
Chicago's not.
They're
getting
not
hit.
getting hit at all. I'm like, great. So
This time.
yeah. I mean, listen, they're like a foot of snow. We've been through worse, guys.
Back to the show. We have our couples topic of the week. Yes.
More likely to forget where they put their phone.
Yeah. See,
No, definitely you.
Kate,
Absolutely you.
that's you.
I hear random pings of Apple Locator of where my phone is
But
throughout
at
the
least
house.
I ping. You can't find it.
I don't know where the ping is on the phone.
Exactly.
Just
So
stop.
we both
Stop
said
right
each
now.
other. What's next?
All right. Who's more likely to eat the last snack tonight?
1 freaking 1,000%. Kate, you would think she lives alone.
I did for many years.
She eats all the snacks as if she, and then she comes up with these ridiculous things like, I can't eat the snacks we buy. Like
You just take too long to eat the snacks.
I
I mean,
that's
the
her-
stuff's going to go bad. So
That's what you
someone's
say.
gonna-
I take too long to eat the
You
snacks.
do. You're like a squirrel hoarding your food. It's the strangest thing. I think it's a Howard
Kate's
thing.
the worst person to
It's-
share with.
Okay.
The worst person.
Who's more likely to fall asleep during a movie?
That's kind of both of us.
Yeah, it is
That's
both of us. It is both of us. Like last night, there was no chance for me.
No, we were done.
Oh man, I put on those fuzzy socks and my hoodie, and I was out.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a both. That's something we do agree on.
Absolutely. Who's more likely? Oh, this is clearly you. Who's more likely to be late but swear they're on their way?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
That's me.
I hate that. When I first met Coyote, it was, oh hey, I'm outside, or I'm pulling in now, and I'd be outside like a forlorn little child who's been abandoned, waiting and waiting and waiting, and you never showed up. I mean, you
That's
did
me.
show up, but you weren't there, and I'd be waiting outside in the elements for at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Absolutely true.
More likely to start laughing at the worst possible moment.
Me.
Coyote. It's like this weird.
Me. It's not even a nervous
It's a-
take.
what
It's just
is
like
it?
it's just funny to see someone's reaction in that moment. But welcome back, y'all. We are here for our rotten Tomatoes films of the week. We got some stuff to bring y'all, some stuff we were watching, we are watching, about to watch, all that good stuff. Flick special.
Typing away over there, huh?
I mean, I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to tell you right now, the Netflix special Climb. Alex Honnold's
I can't. It makes
Climb
me, I can't.
of Taipei 101.
Absolutely not.
He is climbing a skyscraper live tonight, 8 p.m.
Nope.
He was supposed to do it last night, but the weather, and he just couldn't do it.
Nope.
I am curious.
I have no interest, and it makes me anxious, and I don't want to. It's like watching a ship in the middle of the storm. I don't want to watch it. I said no.
Kate, I'm watching this, and I'm watching, and now, Netflix did say, they were like, hey, we're going to put this bad boy in a 10-second delay if your man just slips right off. So that way they can catch it and leave the broadcast.
Also, does he not have a safety net below? Like,
No.
are there no? There's no support.
This
no
is
safety,
a massive
nothing?
tower.
Wait, is he? What's the point in this? Is he raising money?
No,
he just
this
randomly
is-
wants to scale up. You see, this is the problem with.
No one
what do they
knows
call
why
it?
he was. He's an adrenaline junkie.
Well, I just finished Runaway. Took me a little while. Harlan Coben, who's a British author. I've been talking about this briefly. It was James Nesbitt, Minnie Driver. Very good show.
Minnie Driver.
Yeah.
Where's she been?
She was literally like Tiana Taylor in the
4
show
seconds.
for all of 4 minutes. Literally the majority of it was her laying in a hospital bed on a ventilator. Like I was like, okay.
His and hers. The big thing that's on Netflix right now. Man, Kate, what did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was good. I love John Bernthal. It was very melodramatic
At
for
the
sure.
end, the
Not
end.
just the end. I felt like there were moments within the whole show that were melodramatic.
Yes,
John Bernthal overacted a little bit. I do enjoy him. In The Bear,
he's so
he
good.
didn't. In this, he definitely did. I was
Yeah.
like, bro, you don't have to try that hard. But yeah, it was good. I think a friend of mine and I were talking about it, and he was like, I was bothered by it. He was like, but the message of, and this didn't even occur to me, and if you guys have seen it and seen the end, it will make sense, but I don't want to give away the end because it's still a relatively new show. But he was talking about black women and their lack of visibility, and also older black women specifically. It was, and that will make sense if you've seen the show or you will finish it. But it was good. It was entertaining. I will say that.
Enjoy his and hers. Happened to casually say to Kate, it would be dope if this happened. And it pretty
No,
much,
that's not what you said.
Oh,
You
no.
said it's this person.
It's this. Yes.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not mad at that theory, and it turned out to be true. So,
Yes.
but yeah,
Definitely watch it.
it's a definitely entertaining. Now, there's been speculation, as I posted a couple days ago, that it's the best miniseries out there. That is a lie. That is a farce. That is not true.
For the Oscars,
Snub City.
Wicked got 0 nominations.
I'm not
Like,
mad about that though.
0.
I think. Yeah, but what is it getting nominated for?
I mean, Kate,
aside
hold
from
on a
best
second.
song, I mean, what are we? The
Song?
Look, I'm not gonna say. First of all,
Music,
the performances
maybe?
were good, but neither of them should be winning. And look, we've had this conversation. I don't want any just performance or movie out there getting nominated for Oscars. I know there's a lot of categories, but when you're talking about performance and film, you're not giving them to just anybody. You're not giving them to a film because of the hype. That is not a category. Most hyped film of 2024.
New cast, most best cast.
Is
New-
that a is
new
that
Oscar category?
Oh, well, you know what though, because there's a lot of films with ensemble casts.
And this week we have our legends and icons for you. James Cameron series today. And Kate, what we got with this last installment of the James Cameron Legends and Icons?
Avatar broke several box office records during its initial theatrical run. It grossed $749.7 million in the United States and Canada, and more than $2.7 billion worldwide, becoming the highest grossing film of all time in the United States and Canada, surpassing Titanic. Is Fire and Ash, which was actually very, very, very good. Highlight the Avatar series in general. Basically, it's a 2009 epic science fiction film written and directed by James Cameron. It features an ensemble cast including Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Stephen Lang, Michelle Rodriguez, and Sigourney Weaver. It was the first one in the film series. Basically, brief context of the plot. Mid 22nd century, when humans are colonizing Pandora, a lush habitable moon, in order to mine the valuable unobtainium, a room temperature superconductor mineral. The expansion of the mining colony threatens the existence of a local tribe of Na'vi, a humanoid species indigenous to Pandora. The title of the film refers to an avatar, which is a genetically engineered Na'vi body remotely operated from the brain of a human and which is used to interact with the Na'vi.
You know, when you watch the film, they're moving closer and closer into wanting to just, well, it's going to happen at some point. They want to inhabit the entire land, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that humans can't breathe on this planet. But the rumor is that not the fourth one, but the fifth one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is. I think he's got 6 planned.
Oh my gosh, where are we going with this, guys?
The fifth one will take place possibly on Earth to see that happen. In the future, Cameron has said that he would consider a 6th and 7th film in the franchise based on any continuing demand for further sequels. Cameron has acknowledged that he might not be able to see those through the production. However, since he would already be 77 years old by the time the 5th film was released, but that he hopes to train a successor to take over the franchise if necessary.
It's almost like, you know, how Steven Spielberg's film for him was Schindler's List. It was a dream that he knew that he had to do to tell the story of his people for his people. And I think every director has a project that they've always felt the urge to do. Right. And I think Avatar was that for James Cameron. I think just knowing that it was delayed 10 years because he didn't have the technology available, but he kept at it, he kept persevering. And I think that's what Avatar has been for him in his career.
The Marvel films, the Avenger films, they could be a little like, God, there's a lot happening. Yeah. And it's all just green screen madness. But because they are also just very well done films, I look past that and enjoy the entire thing. But if it's a bad film using CGI over the badness of horrible filmmaking, then it takes me out of it. So I enjoy the technology. I love what Cameron's doing with this focus on just making these films legendary and epic for years to come. I want to get right into our Blaxploit of the week. Our Blaxploit of the week, A Different World, y'all.
Woo!
Give it up. This is week 3 of A Different World. And this week I'm bringing you the top episodes, the most important episodes of this series, of this series franchise. And it took me a while to pick. I picked 3. It was very hard, but because a lot of episodes had some great stuff. But the first one I want to talk about is the great episode is season 5, episode 14, Cats in a Cradle. In this episode, 2 of the main characters, Ron and Dwayne, experience discrimination when white students from a rival school spray paint a derogatory word on Ron's car. This episode is a great depiction of something that still happens today, discrimination amongst black men. And this episode was very good. It was Dean Cain, who's some would say, oh, it's perfect for him. Season 5, episode 11, Mammy Dearest. This episode is one of the favorites of a lot of people. Groundbreaking performances this talented cast showcased at the end of this episode. In the episode, Whitley stresses the importance of the historical black Mammy figure. Her peers don't understand why Mammy is such an important character in African American history until they learn the real truth about what she represents. That one was powerful.
You know, it's interesting because really quick, I was reading that synopsis and, you know, in the wake of her breakup with Dwayne, Whitley organizes an exhibit on images of black women through history, but Kim is troubled by the inclusion of Mammy artifacts. Lena discovers that one of Whitley's black antebellum ancestors owned slaves. The episode also addresses the origins of The Dozens. The Dozens is a game played between 2 contestants in which the participants insult each other until one of them gives up. Common in African American communities, The Dozens is almost exclusively played in front of an audience who encourage the participants to reply with increasingly severe insults in order to heighten the tension and consequently make the contest more interesting to watch, aka pitting them against each other, which was a common occurrence during slavery times. I think also, too, what I would love to see is, just thinking of it from an artist filmmaker perspective, I could see that being like another Ryan Coogler film or a Jordan Peele film.
For all young women in college, the episode deals with exactly what the title says, no means no, when it comes to sex. Freddie is a main character and a young black woman who will learn the lesson of listening to her friends warning her about a guy who may not be good for her. And that guy was played by none other than The Last Dragon's own Timac.
Oh, boy.
Who still looks great, by the way. He still looks fantastic. I'm going to give you one more because let's see. God, these are all good. These are all good. All
Did
good.
you say, wait, what about the one with when Dwayne and Whitley at the altar?
That's a classic episode. That episode where Dwayne interrupts the wedding
To her and Byron.
of Byron and Whitley. Walks down that aisle in the great camera angle where Dwayne is in the background. And Whitley and Byron on the foreground. And Dwayne is walking towards them with this, like, I gotta get my woman. It's one that thousands of people battle day to day. The episode brings awareness to a topic that people may find scary, but it's necessary to talk about. You will see how her speech class that she was in ends up speechless and changing these characters' lives as she explains that she's dealing with a sickness.
Which
And
would be-
AIDS, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen.
And in the 90s,
once Debbie
you gotta
Allen
talk
took a
about-
hold of the
Yeah.
show, she was very conscious in making sure that these episodes, yes, you had your phony ones that didn't really mean anything, and yes, you had your really poignant, important, like, this must be talked about, because in this time during the 80s and 90s,
AIDS was rampant.
this was huge. I mean,
Yeah.
from race relations to
Yeah.
AIDS to college assault, like, it was rampant. Yes. The charms.
Yeah.
We have our.
No. You can't do that with that.
I can't do it. with
One
that.
once is enough.
We have this week's chick flick with none other than Kate. Kate, what do you got for us this week for this week's chick flick?
There's a new rom-com on Netflix called People We Meet on Vacation. Actually based on the romance novel by Emily Henry published in 2021, known as You and Me on Vacation in the UK and Australia. You know, it was very, very cutesy. I didn't read the book. It's basically very brief synopsis about two people who, over the course of time, decide to travel together once a year. And it's a man and a woman. They're best friends, and they decide to take a trip together once a summer, every summer. And then they wind up falling in love and finding each other. It was very, very similar to When Harry Met Sally. The beginning, I mean, the two characters meet at University of Chicago, and one of them is heading home, and the other one decides to take a ride with them to get home. That's the opening scene of When Harry Met Sally. So, and then throughout the years, you know, When Harry Met Sally, it's them interspersed throughout 10 or 15 years, running into each other again, connecting. It's the same thing with these two characters. Once a year, they make a plan to come together. But anywho, so it was very similar to When Harry Met Sally. Some of the same themes, some of the same ways it was done. Acting was good. Definitely some lines that were funny. I found myself laughing out loud. And it was good.
And the
I mean,
film
it
you
just came out. Yeah. I mean, so you have Poppy Wright and Alex Nilsson. Poppy's living her dream of being a travel writer for R&R, a popular magazine. She realizes she was last truly happy when traveling with Alex. She rekindles their friendship to invite him on vacation, and she agrees to go with him to Palm Springs. In the movie, it's Barcelona, for his younger brother David's wedding. Throughout the trip, she recounts their friendship, and everything that they've done together. And then it's just about how they realize that they are in love. And that's that. We are going to highlight our artist of the month, Miss Diana Ross, one of, if not the most popular song of her career. Stop in the Name of Love. Stop in the Name of Love is a 1965 song recorded by the Supremes for the Motown label. Written and produced by Motown's main production team, Holland Dozier Holland, Stop in the Name of Love held the #1 position on the Billboard Pop Singles chart in the United States from March 27th, 1965 through April 3rd, 1965, and reached the #2 position on the Soul chart. Billboard named the song number 38 of their list of 100 greatest girl group songs of all time. In 2001, the 1965 recording of Stop in the Name of Love by the Supremes was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. It was listed at number 254 on Rolling Stone's top 500 greatest songs of all time. It was written by Eddie Holland, Lamont Dozier, and Brian Holland. Dozier said that he got the idea after he got cheated on by his girlfriend. In the heat of the argument, he said, "Baby, please stop in the name of love before you break my heart."
Look at that.
The Supremes recorded Stop in the Name of Love in January 1965 and released as a single on February 8th.
Listen, y'all. We leave you with the great Diana Ross and the Supremes. Stop in the Name of Love. Thank you for joining us today on this episode of Scriptly Adapted. Keep safe. Be safe. Keep warm. All that good stuff. Make some soup, like Kate said. But until next time, we'll bring you more show. Continue listening on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, the website, all that good stuff at Scriptly Adapted. And thank you for all your support and love, y'all.
Yeah.
Any last words, Kate?
My infamous toodles.
Later, y'all. Scriptly Adapted. Peace.
You're just listening to Scriptly Adapted on Factory Underground Radio and Live 365. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Scriptly Adapted.